Okay, so behind me, Courchevel's tourist office in 1850, and about 3 months before the winter season starts. And if you look really carefully, you can see it being gutted. Let me explain. Bienvenue and welcome to 150 Days of Winter. Hello! 7 screws, 1 plate. Those of you who follow me on Instagram will know that a few weeks ago I posted an image of the tourist office with a big Rolex sign above it, as rumours had just leaked out that Courchevel had sold the tourist office to Rolex. Of course, this only turns out to be the tip of the iceberg. Let me explain. Okay, so before I go on, I mean, we should just go take a little step back into history. Before the tourist office was built, this used to be the site of the old Courchevel post office, which has been here, I think, since the resort was created. When I first arrived back in December 1991 for the Olympics, the building was still there, but it had been shut up and had moved across the road into the Croisette. However, for the next about 15 years, the building just sat there empty. An absolute criminal waste of space when you consider how valuable space is in 1850. So before it was redeveloped in 2004 with this building, the top 3 floors being used as the tourist office and the ground floor being used for boutiques, in this case Graff Diamonds, Du Jewelers and Hermes. Okay, so back to the story. However, it turns out that the space isn't being rented directly to Rolex, but to Du Jewelers, a Rolex AD, who already has a shop downstairs, so they can have a specific Rolex space upstairs. So instead of building a relationship directly with Rolex, something I know that Courchevel really wanted to do, they are just expanding the existing shop. And because the Rolex agreement was just a vocal one, there is nothing to stop the jeweler in the future changing the brand of the shop to, let's say, Audemars Piguet or Patek Philippe or whoever, okay? Not something that Courchevel had envisaged when they voted for it. Okay, luckily it won't turn into an Hublot shop, as of course they have one just around the corner. Sorry, Nico.
Oh, I don't even know what this is, but it's the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen.
It turns out that the jeweler is paying an absolute bargain price of 1.5 million for the 140 meters squared space, with an additional rent of 250,000 euros a year. Now, I say the word bargain to put that into perspective. The price you would normally get for that is about 50 meters squared in Courchevel 1850. So literally, Du Jewelers are getting a relative bargain. So it came to light that maybe for the first time ever, Courchevel is running a fiscal deficit, which is why they're having to sell the family silver, figuratively speaking. And of course the tourist office will be relegated to a much smaller area inside the Croisette, along with the lift office, the ESF, the post office and a couple of banks. So of course, because of this, local councillor Isabelle Monsenego, who opposes this move and has called for the resignation of Deputy Mayor Claude Pantereau, who was in charge of making this deal without, I think, fully consulting the municipality. Of course, Claude owns at least 2 hotels in Courchevel, the Annapurna up in 1850 and the Peuplier in Le Prat. Of course, for those who follow skiing and recognise the family name of Pantereau as Alexis Claude's son, who won the giant slalom and overall Crystal Globes in 2020 and is probably the best male skier in France. But regardless of her objections and the general bad feeling around resort, nothing will really change. Of course, so there you have it, what I would call a less than perfect deal made by Courchevel. Of course, if you have any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Otherwise, you know the drill. Click the subscribe button, click the like button, and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao.